I want to talk to you today about imposter syndrome. That feeling of inadequacy, fear, and that you don't belong in an environment that you're in. And feeling like that is horrible. And often when we feel that way, we think that we have to overperform, we have to really show our capabilities, we have to prove ourselves and prove to other people that we belong in that environment. And often when we feel that way, we think that everyone else around us, the non-imposters, aren't experiencing anything like we're experiencing, and that means that we shouldn't be there. That means that we're not qualified, we're not good enough, and we're not right to be in that environment. And those feelings are not very nice at all. So I wanted to talk to you today about this and to give you a few examples of things that you can do to help you navigate imposter syndrome if that's something that you're going through. Before I start that though, I want to say how imposter syndrome and these feelings of self-doubt and that you don't belong in a certain environment are such normal parts of being a human. Self-doubt occurs in our brains because it thinks that is keeping us safe. It thinks that it is keeping us from psychological risk. So it's actually thinks that it's protecting us. But as we know, self-doubt holds us back from things, but it's really important to remember that, that this is something that has evolved over millions of years as a way of keeping us safe and free from harm. But I think there are 4 things that you can think of and return to in the moment if you're experiencing imposter syndrome, and they're ways that can keep you grounded and hopefully a little bit calmer and help you ride this kind of not very nice emotion. The first one is please remember you are not alone in this. I don't know anyone who has not experienced imposter syndrome at some point in their life. It is such a normal human feeling. I have a friend who is a partner in a law firm, and she told me recently that she still to this day experiences imposter syndrome. Just because other people around you don't look like they're experiencing it does not mean that they're not. I promise you. And sort of coming to terms with this and remembering that you're not alone helps you feel less isolated in those feelings, because you remember that it's actually a shared common experience, and remembering that means that you are not the only one that feels it, and that is quite comforting. The second thing that I think is really, really important is practicing self-kindness. I talk about this a lot, but it is so, so, so key. If you're struggling with feelings of inferiority or feelings that you don't belong, berating yourself additionally on top of that is not going to make you feel any better. But applying self-kindness, using caring words to yourself is going to make you feel better. Research shows that being critical of yourself, giving yourself a hard time, does not lead to change. So it's really, really important to start practicing this kind internal voice, especially in moments like this when you really need yourself to be your own best friend. The third thing is talking to someone. This seems like it's easier said than done, or that it's too easy to even mention, but talking to someone about how you're feeling can have so much of an impact. If maybe it's just like a 5-minute phone call to your friend or a WhatsApp text message to someone that you trust, but just getting out how you're feeling and how you're struggling with self-doubt and then having that support back can make you feel so much better. And then the fourth one is, and this isn't not the best one, and the fourth one is action breeds confidence. I'm going to say that again. Action breeds confidence. You are not going to get confident by just reading the book or by just listening to the podcast. You have to put what you know and put what you've learned into action, because that is what is going to make you confident in the long run. And I know that probably makes you feel all anxious inside, but start small, start low key, but start, because until you start, you're not going to get more confident. And research shows that the more we experience success, the more of a positive impact it has on our brain. We actually learn more from successes than failures, and we're not going to ever gain those successes unless we start, unless we try, unless we take action. So I hope those 4 things have been helpful for you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and that is all for today. Thank you.